City have beaten Crystal Palace 4-2 to go joint top. Rico Lewis getting his second of the season. The other also coming against Palace. Here he is now.
Just applauding the fans behind you there, Rico. Nice to get a win here in front of those away fans just behind us, eh?
Yeah, of course. Obviously, a very difficult place to come, and you know the fans that travel every week, we thank them so much because they mean so much to us. So to get a result like this today is amazing for not just us, for them as well.
You scored the important goal early on in the second half that put City in front. What was the message from the manager at half-time, bringing Akanji on as you started that second half?
Well, I think the reason for Akanji to come on was because Josko was feeling a bit of a niggle, and obviously we don't want to risk any injuries, but obviously Manu brings so much quality to the team as well, coming inside when he's on the left-hand side, coming inside and getting the ball. But the main message was to keep on going, keep persisting, because we've got to keep on going, and most of our games are going to be like this, where we control the game, and you know they're going to sit deep and the chances will come, and the message has been to get into the box, and that's what I did today.
It's your second goal this season, and the other one you scored was also against Crystal Palace. Is adding goals to your game something you want to do more?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, as a kid, you just dream of scoring a goal and celebrating, you know. And, you know, this season I've been playing more of midfield. I want to get more goals, more assists. So, yeah, definitely.
You mentioned that difference in position as well, Rico. You're a player that can play in multiple positions on the pitch. Where do you think you're most effective?
I don't know, that's for the manager to decide, but I enjoy playing midfield the most because, like I say, as a kid you want to get goals and assists. That's what you see on TV, and, you know, that's what I want to be in the future, but obviously the manager decides where I'm most effective.
The title race is fascinating, Rico. The manager said you had to win here today, otherwise it would be almost impossible to go on and win the title. Is the feeling now amongst the team that you have to win every game? Yeah,
of course, just like every other title race. We have to win every game, you know, and there's 3 people in it, so we have to be the strongest team, and, you know, this team has done it so many times that they've got the experience, and I'm sure we'll kick on and do it again.
Congratulations.
Nice one, thank you very much. Cheers.
He speaks so well, doesn't he, the 19-year-old Rico Lewis? And funny how these things turned out. He's only scored 2 Premier League goals, both coming against Crystal Palace, as it happens. At 19, playing in a Manchester City side under Pep Guardiola in a title run-in. I mean, he's had to show, you know, some bravery, really, more than anything else, and he's stepping up to it.
Yeah, it's something you have to do, but I think at the same time, a lot of that bravery, you have to take your hat off to the manager. I think because in title races and in positions like that, managers tend not to go to their younger players. They tend to go with the more experienced senior players that know how to handle that journey. But I think he's done it last year. He came in at the right times and changed the game. So he's earned the trust and he believes in him. But to see Oscar Bob in there and not get taken off, he had to play a different sort of game today because he's an attacking player, but he did his defensive duties, positional duties all right and worked perfectly for the team. But there's 2 teams that are doing it at the minute, and Liverpool, Klopp is doing the same thing with your Kwanzas and your Bradley Connors, and to me it's fantastic being an English person, seeing these young kids come through, and in a position like this I think is brilliant for England and the Premier League.
So let's have a look at Rico Lewis's goal 4 minutes into the second half, and it was finally poised at this point, which makes this goal all the more important, right, Ben?
Yeah, just after half times, you know, it was a really important time to score and to not concede on Palace's point of view, but you know, he takes his touch and gets his shot off. You know, and I think a common denominator of all these goals we're going to see is Grealish getting on the ball, putting in a cross or a pass, and as Rico Lewis said there, and he arriving in the box and just being in that position. But we look at Eze's position there. You know, you want your wide man to track there, and you know he's in such a lot of space in the 18-yard box. I think you know he should be closer, goal side, and certainly something that, you know, I wouldn't be happy with myself.
I think that it's weird because I'm in agreement, and if I was that winger, because of my honesty, I would have followed him all the way. But I feel like it's something that Palace were trying to do, which was hopefully Rico doesn't score, keeper picks up the ball, then Eze and Ayew are ready to spring in transition straight away. But the 2 times they've been lazy, 2 times they got punished, so it's like a bit of a cat and mouse game back there.
We saw Haaland waste a good chance in the first half. He made up for it, though, didn't he, in the second?
Yeah, he did. And like Ben said, Grealish has been involved in pretty much everything tonight. And this ball, when he comes inside and the cut to Kevin was unbelievable. But there's that link-up play again from Kevin And Haaland, as soon as he turns and gets the ball, Haaland starts that run across the front post. And from that moment there, he's got the defender beat, and it's a nice tap and it's a great worked goal and good finish.
It's funny, isn't it? It makes the hardest goals look easier than some of those that he's actually seen go past the goal.
Yeah, you know, you look at the relationship between the two here, De Bruyne and Haaland, and you know, the ball's a little bit behind him there, and sort of managed to squeeze it in. And like I say, he makes the difficult look simple on a lot of occasions.
Well, let's get some post-match reaction, shall we? From a man who's got a couple of goals and assists on his return to the 11, here is the brilliant Belgian, Kevin De Bruyne.
Congratulations on that comeback when it wasn't an easy game, particularly in the first half, but you must be absolutely delighted with the performance, particularly in the second half.
Yeah, I think obviously the start isn't good for us, but I think we played good and we created chances, and you know, they play defensively very compact, but I think even in the first half we had a couple of them. But the second half we played maybe a better tempo. We found the right moments to go in between the lines, and yeah, I think it was good performance.
It was a bit of a shock start to the match, of course, conceding inside 3 minutes, but it took you just 10 minutes to find the equaliser. That took you up to 99 City goals. I mean, talk me through the strike, because it really was an inch-perfect curling effort.
I just find the ball from Jack, and I just went inside and just go full force at it. And you know, you see the beginning, but then in the end you don't see how the ball really flies in. But very happy.
You just said off camera that you knew pre-match that you were on 98 goals. You've made it 100 City goals now in 372 appearances. I mean, what does that milestone of goals mean for you personally?
It is funny because in the week I was talking with Phil and Erling, and I said the only thing I want to do is reach 100 before you guys, and it took me now one game after not scoring for that long, but it means I think longevity. You know, I've been almost a decade at this club, and it's been an amazing time, and we had many good moments. So hopefully we can create a few more.
Yeah, Phil Foden was the hero on Wednesday. It was very much the role taken by Kevin De Bruyne today. Have a look at that. 100 goals, 158 assists. That's 258 goal involvements in 372 appearances. What can you say that's not already been said about him?
I don't think there's a lot you can say about him. He's an unbelievable player. Some players playing against him, so difficult. His vision, you see his assists, but also his quality, scoring goals, shooting. He's got the lot.
Like you said, there's not much more you can say. I think he's heard and had all the accolades from us as pundits in general, but like the things that he can do, the things he does do, and the other side of the game that we always forget to mention, we always highlight how well he finishes or how well he passes, but if you see the way he presses, he fights, he tackles, for that sort of mavericky player, luxury player to have in your team, you never normally get that side with him, but he has those attributes as well. And I think for me, he's just got better and better every year, and it helps when you have the players there that when you do put those chances there on the plate for them, they actually put them away, because you looked at those unbelievable stats before. Imagine the chances that he created in those stats that wasn't put away where they would be, sort of thing. So for me, it's unbelievable. And this finish here, the way the ball just pops up for him and he hits it, sweet volley, helps that go in for me.
If you're a defender, you're not quite sure if to stick or twist, right, when you've got Kevin De Bruyne just approaching late on. Yeah,
no, it's a difficult scenario to be in. He's got such quality, but as Sean said, it goes underrated how hard he works for the team. He sets the standard. His work rate is certainly up there with the best, and to go along with his quality just makes him the player he is, for sure.
I just want to clear one thing up. There was a penalty appeal for Crystal Palace in the first half. Josko Guardiol with this challenge on Eberieza. What do you guys think? Should there have been a penalty here for the hosts?
For me, no. I'd like to hear what Ben thinks, because if I'm a striker or a winger, if that happens to me, I'm going to go down to try my luck, if I'm totally honest. But watching it now, I think that against defenders, that would be harsh. That would be a penalty, every 10 minutes, I reckon?
Yeah, I think he's tried winning the penalty there, try and buy in it. I think he's felt contact and just dropped his legs to the floor rather than actually being a push. I think he's just felt Guardiola just come behind him, and you see his legs sort of just buckle underneath him.
Yeah.
I think it's
Yeah, okay. So, look, we're going to move away from events then at Selhurst Park and build up to a 5-game goal rush. Our feature match comes then